Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Rising Prime.
Good morning.
So today I want to talk to everybody watching now, later, watching the live video. Once again, Rising Prime is open every Monday and Friday, so tap in, get in the room, click the link. So this is a way to start your day with a holistic rising routine. Most people, they don't have a routine. If they do, it's by osmosis. It's kind of like they have a way that they drift through life and get the things they need to get done, but they're not specific about their routine. And if you're not specific, you can drift anywhere. You won't even know where you're going to end up. Right? So when you're specific about your routine, you get to go somewhere that you want to go. It's like you're not just going somewhere, you grow places. And sometimes even the routines we create can become a box of unproductivity because sometimes we even make a routine, but then we still don't grow with it because it became a routine. So, have you ever guys heard that routine can be a good word and a bad word? Like, somebody says, "Oh, I just routinely do that," but are you routinely doing something that's
Right.
building your life, okay, and building something positive, building a stronger relationship with the Most High, building a stronger, healthier body, building a more resilient mind, and building something here, leaving something on earth. So we want to have routines that help us grow in all areas of our lives. So the concept of priming is everybody is priming you whether you believe it or not. You wake up, you watch the news, they priming you with fear. All right, you go outside and you see a billboard, advertisement. Okay, there's just all different ways. There are stimuli presented to your brain that causes your day to go a certain way. One of the best ways you can prime yourself is first by seeking the face of God, and first thing you do. What if prayer was a habit for you? You wake up in the morning, first thing you do is pray, right? And prayer has become a habit. Okay, and what we don't do is we don't intentionally think about becoming the master of our lives. And today I want to building holistic habits and sustaining them for your holistic wellness. Because a lot of times the habits you build are also building you. And there are some habits that you built that you stopped working on that you can pick back up. And there are some new habits that you need to rebuild, that you need to actually build. But most people don't actively look at their habits. They look at their life and the result from their life and they say, I don't like it. If you don't like the results from your life, change your habits. Okay, somebody said, how can I do that? You know, a lot of times we think we need to build a whole new set of habits. We actually need to get muscle memory active. Like yesterday, I went for a late night run, right? I said I'm going to get back. But first of all, when you say you're going to work on habits, you just do them right when you say you're going to do them. I'm like running, and I'm like, wait a minute. It seems like I never stopped running. I was like, muscle memory, lung memory. There's so much investment. Sometimes you invested so much in something that your body has never left. It's like you built this. Imagine if you ran for years, okay, and you're like, I don't know if I could run. I don't know if my knees can run. Now my knees are a little bit, they're shocked. They're like, what happened? My lungs were like, let's go. I was like, whoa, this thing is still here. So I ran like a 10K out of the blue moon. And it was like, wow, muscle memory. You go to the gym after a long time not going into the gym, you start lifting. Maybe you're not as effective as when you were at your prime in the gym, but usually you're like muscle memory. Okay? So there's something called muscle memory when it comes to exercise, but there's also something called muscle memory when it comes to your habits. Remember I said the habits that you build are also building you?
Edward, your picture is dragging. I hear you fine, but your picture is dragging.
Okay, no problem. It's all right. So then the question is what is it that you can do? What is it that you can do to pick up the habits that were building you from the beginning, like when you made a decision to be healthy? So write down a few habits that you can pick back up that would help you be healthier based on something you already did. So we're not even focused on new habits yet. We're just focused on some habits. Somebody said, I started intermittent fasting. That really worked for me. But now it looks like I'm eating bacon and eggs in the morning again. You might say, I want to pick intermittent fasting. Another person says, I used to walk first thing in the morning. I forgot to do that because my life got busy. But now I might pick that back up again. Somebody said, you know what? I used to actually check in with some people first thing in the morning. I made a few calls just to check in on the people that I love and say something really kind to them. I kind of neglected doing that. Those are some positive health habits. Somebody says, I used to juice more often. And that why are we picking up old habits rather than building new ones? We're not picking up habits that destroy. The habits you build are also building you, but the habits that destroys will also be destroying to you. So there are constructive habits and there are destructive habits. Constructive habits build the life you want. Destructive habits destroy the patterns that help you grow. So you might say, what are some habits I need to pick up that I've dropped? And you start making a list of that. And some of you might making a mental list right now, but make a physical list. And then make a determination. What that's going to do is those habits, when you start picking them up, they're going to kick something inside of you that will literally, it's almost like factory settings. It's like a restoration point of habits. I like to call it like a computer. Remember, like when we had Windows and they said you had a virus. Some of you got a virus right now. You need some antivirus software. What's the virus? Laziness. You got a virus right now. Sadness, depression. You got a virus right now. Listen, to all my guys, listen, one of the best ways to deal with guys and women, to deal with breakups, rejection, is to get your butt in the gym. Okay? Instead of picking up that alcohol, listen, pick up some weights, okay? Let me tell you, instead of getting dopamine by scrolling, get some dopamine by running. Listen, I'm giving you habits right now. There are some ways you can deal with your emotions. You can either dwell on them and be sad and do things that go against you, destructive habits, or you can go out there and get better. That's just what it is. And you're going to build the same chemical response that will help you. Here's what I mean. A lot of times you find your life, you look at yourself and you're like, man, I feel like I just stepped backwards. Instead of sitting and dwelling in your sadness and pain and depression, one of the things you can do is move forward. How do you do that? You're not just going to go and sit about, man, I wish this person was here. I wish this was going on. No, you just get out there and you get better. Okay, you get out there, you say, I'm going to get better. The best way to deal with a breakup is not to get underneath somebody else. It's to get in charge of your life. That's the best way to deal with breakups. That's the best way to deal with dissatisfaction. The best way to deal with you're not satisfied with your life. How do you deal with it? You make your life better. Let's say that. The best way I deal with not being satisfied with my life is I make my life better. Okay?
The best way to deal with not being satisfied with my life is to make my life better.
So you got to go out there and build habits that will make your life better. And one of the best ways you can do that is first make a list of the habits that already work, because those have the least amount of resistance when it comes to knowing what to do. Reason why most people don't do things is not because they can't do it. Here's why they don't do it. Come closer. It takes too much for them to even learn how to do it. So if your body and your mind already has what we call specific neurons that have wired together, neural pathways, what you can do is just revive those neural pathways, and the gap between the revival of the neural pathways is way shorter than building new one. And that's just a scientific way of saying this. You don't need to go build new connections in your brain. You just need to revive the old connections. And those habits, being pillar habits, is going to build an attitude. And this attitude is not going to help you build better habits. Those are the things you're not going to learn how to do, your holistic lifestyle. Am I making sense? Some of you, what you need right now is you need to get your butt up and start moving, okay? Because you know, like, that will build a certain habit. When you do things you don't have to do, by that I mean when you do things that is not for your survival, but for you to thrive and get better, it creates an attitude about life. When you wake up early in the morning, you start running and you get tired and you keep running and you're like, I feel like I'm like the crazy one because everybody's sleeping in a house, but you running. That creates an attitude that is unlike no other. If you want to get some motivation to work towards your goals when it comes to your business, your finances, whatever goals that you got, one of the best ways to do it is to get towards your goals in the physical. Okay? It's going to create an attitude. There are lessons from running. There are lessons from walking in the morning, appreciating life. There are lessons from your habits that you build physically. Okay? And that's going to help you grow to a whole nother level. So on this Friday evening, one of the best things you could do halfway through this month, okay, as yesterday was a halfway through the lunar cycle, a full moon, you want to think about those, reflect, so you can now make the second half better. What are some goals you started, you wrote down in the beginning of this month that you might have to visit now so you can make sure that they're effective? You might want to look back and say, did I grow halfway through this or did I regress? If you regress, pick up the habits and progress. It's simple. Pick up the habits and progress. Somebody says, how long should it take for me to implement those habits? As soon as you get the motivation to implement the habits. Somebody says, well, I'm going to start Monday. By Monday, you might lose that intent. It's called the law of diminishing intent. You intend to do something today, but by tomorrow, that intention just went all the way down. So literally, sometimes in order for you to get yourself going, you can't wait to do the 100 push-up a day a week from now. Like, you literally have to start tomorrow, today. Like, you literally have to drop down and do 10, and then do 10 the next day, do 10. Or you can't, oh, I want to walk tomorrow, I want to walk next week. No. You literally have to you start walking right now if you can. What that's going to do is it shorten the gap between thought and implementation. Once you shorten the gap between thinking and doing, it automatically just got started. Because the intent will start to diminish. It'll go down or it'll go down. But by next week, you forgot about it. Of course, unless you constantly come to Rise and Prime, unless you got a holistic lifestyle coach like me, unless you got a community to support you that's reminding you of those things every single day. You could either be primed to be unhealthy and sick, which is the culture of the West. You're primed to be unhealthy and sick. You're marketed for sickness is marketed to you as pleasure. Let me say it. I'm going to say that 3 times. In the East, sickness is marketed to you as pleasure. Food is marketed to you as a solution to your emotional problem. They prime you to believe that by eating, you will feel better. Hey, you're not you when you're hungry. Have a Snicker bar and you feel better. You're not you when you're hungry. When you're angry. You're angry when you're hungry. Here, get some crunchy, sweet food like Snickers so you can feed your emotions with food. Let me tell you something. You're not you when your soul's hungry. And you don't need to respond to your emotions. Your mind, your will, and your emotions is with your soul, with food. Respond to it with action. You dissatisfied with your life? Make it better. Okay, you dissatisfied with your health? Make it better. You don't like the way your relationship is going? Make it better. These are going to take some habits of communication, right? Some habits of patience, some habit of compassion. Life is just a series of habits that comes together and create your life. So then you got holistic habits implemented in a routine based on a paradigm about what's available for you in life. What if some people say I'm big bone, I'm never going, health is not really something that my family got. All my family has been sick. You got to be the one to break the generational curse. Well, everybody in my family is overweight. You got to be the one to show them that I'm not going to be overweight. Well, everybody in my family is unhealthy. You got to be the one to walk the opposite road. We love to say the narrow road when it comes to our relationship with Christ. But when it comes to everything else that's affecting the flesh, we take the broad road. So you're like, man, I'm living the narrow road, the narrow life. But is it really true? So narrow life means if you're going to live the narrow road, you got to do that with your health. You got to do that with your personal development plan. Right? Some of you need to watch as less TV as possible. Like you watch too much Netflix, too much streaming services. Like you should change your streaming from Netflix to Audible, right? Change your streaming from TV to nature. Right? Somebody says, you streaming? Yes. Looking at the birds. I'm streaming. Looking at the birds. Okay? That's going to help with your mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. Screen time. You on Facebook. Look, you should have a cutoff time for your Facebook scrolling. Like it's after 9. Why are you getting all that light in you? Your brain is confused. When the sun sets, you should be having less light coming in. Like, so that's how we've been set up. Okay. Somebody says, when is the best time to fall asleep? 90 minutes after the sun sets down. Because back then we was not accustomed to having all these extra lights, and God made us with a circadian rhythm when we go to sleep past a certain time. So most of us, we up watching TV on your phone, scrolling late at night, doing all this extra stuff, and you're like, I don't know why my nervous system is not active, is not healthy enough to restore me from sickness. Because your nervous system is nervous. I don't know why people get on my nerves so much. You don't have the vaguest idea. You have the vaguest idea why people get on your nerve. You have your vagus nerve is activating cortisol in your body all of the time because it needs some sort. It's stimulated, overly stimulated with caffeine. It's overstimulated with stimulants, with TV, with thoughts that's not serving you, right? With things that's draining you. And one of the things that you got to do in building discipline is building disciplinary habits. Habits in your routine. Like, it's late night, I'm not eating this late. It's late night, I'm not scrolling this late. Somebody says, how do I fall asleep if I don't scroll on TikTok? You might want to put a long form YouTube video on with some hymns or some psalms or some music or some. That's fine. Go ahead. Put a book on and listen to it. Fall asleep. Rewire your subconscious mind while you go to sleep. Because this teaches you to get dopamine shots when you're scrolling. Different ways you can get doped up. Many different ways. Somebody says, I don't smoke. But scrolling is like smoking for you. That's your version of smoking. Okay, so we get it, building these holistic habits will transform your life if you let them. So that's my message for you guys this morning. You want to build some holistic health habits every single day, and you want to revisit some of the habits that worked for you. So here's some action plans that you can implement. A lot of people get motivated about things, but the problem is they don't implement the motivation. Motivation gets you going. Implementation gets the habit to stay. So here are action steps following this talk. Revisit habits that worked for you before and implement them again. Write down a list of habits that doesn't take much, but remembering who you are and what you dedicated to in the past. Those habits are easy revisited. Shorten the gap between thinking and implementation, between writing and acting. So you write those habits down, you shorten the gap by doing at least one of them if you can today. Then you put that habit into
We
action.
lost the sound, Edward. We lost the sound.
And then you put that habit into action. And then the next thing that you want to do is you want to be able to and then the next thing you want to do is you want to get to work. You want to limit the things that are getting in the way of your constructive habits. Okay. There was a video that I watched. Somebody says, "What's the mathematics for today?" And the guy said to build.
Hear you. Can't hear you.
And the guy said, "What's the mathematics for today?" And he said, "To build, to destroy." And that was an interesting video. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I would say this: there's some things that you got to build, and there's some things that you got to destroy. Because if you don't build certain things, and if you don't destroy certain things, the things you don't destroy will destroy you. And if you don't build certain things, even if you build other things, those things will still destroy you. Like, some of us need to do more subtracting in our health right now than we need to do adding. Like, you need to do more subtracting than you need to do adding. And what I mean by that is, a lot of you want to find out what's the next thing I need to implement in order to be healthy. Okay? You want to find out what's the next thing I need to implement in order to be healthy. What you need the most, besides the implementation, is to destroy the distraction. What you need more than just the implementation is to destroy the distraction. You like, what can I do for my health? What can you stop doing for your health? Ask yourself that question. It's a great question to ask. You're like, yo, what can I add? What do I need to do for my health? A lot of people come with this. What can I take? What can I take for this? What do I need to do for that? Like, I'd be really saying, what do you need to stop doing? You might want to stop smoking 3 packs a day. Somebody says, what can I do for this? No, what do you need to stop doing? You might need to stop going to McDonald's. Ed, what do I need to stop doing? You might need to start doing it. You might need to stop doing it. Okay. A lot of times, there's more stops than there starts. And
There you are. Yeah, we hear you now. We hear you now.
there's more stops than starts. And the moment you stop doing a lot of things that you've been doing, that's actually being the more things you stop doing, the better things you're going to start doing. Okay. So, with that being said, that's the first part of Rising Prime. We're going to do the second part. Shout out to everybody who's watching, once again, live or the replay. We're going to do some Qigong. And, I feel like a lot of people, you can do a lot of hearing, but if you don't do a lot of implementing, then the hearing is meaningless. You could do a lot of feeling about it, but if you don't do a lot of moving with it, then it's meaningless. So I can say all of this stuff and you watch this video and you're like, yeah, I ought to get, put these habits. But after this video, you end this video and you didn't sit and write down, these are some of the habits I need to pick up that I dropped that works for me. You just missed the whole point. If you didn't at least create this list, you didn't create the first implementation strategy. Like, this is what happened with most people. It's like, yeah, right, I ought to do it. That sounds really good. The holistic motivator, yeah, I hear you every day. You know, they said familiarity breeds contempt. I say this, familiarity breeds inaction, because somebody says, oh, the worst is my sheep knows my voice. No, sometimes you know the voice so much you ignore it. What I want to say is get your butt up and start doing something with the voice. Oh man, I only hear this guy every day. Right, you hear me every day, but you don't hear me. That's the problem. So the moment you stop just listening and you start applying it from week to week, you're going to get the transformation. A lot of people get the information, but they don't get the transformation. Why? Because they don't have the implementation. They don't have the implementation. How do you implement? You say, this is a great idea. Take advice, but not orders. But if the advice can change your life, think about it strategically. Somebody says, well, I take advice and not orders. Awesome. But guess what? If your life is out of order and then advice can help you put it in order, you might want to take that heed to that advice and then apply it based on your own life and your experience. Okay, so that's a good way to live by. Jim Rohn taught me this. He said, take advice, but not orders. But here's what most people do is, we don't take advice. Here's why. Because we get so familiar with it. And we think it needs to be this complicated thing. We're like, man, I need to get my health together. Start with these basic principles, okay? And that's what I'm gonna teach in June when we're doing the workshop or the class, the course called How to Live the Holistic Lifestyle. For a whole month, I'm legit gonna be talking about some things you can implement in your life, your habits, your routines, holistic lifestyle tools, holistic lifestyle principles, holistic lifestyle routines, holistic lifestyle practices, and holistic lifestyle habits you can implement into your life to live a holistic lifestyle. So that's something I'm going to create during the June. For anybody who wants to join that, one of the best things that you want to do is get in the tribe, holisticlifestyletribe.com, if you want to get access to it. You know, I feel like a lot of people online, they love the content. Like, you love the content, but you don't get the, and people DM me with asking me like, man, how do I lose weight? I cannot message you back how to lose weight. I would not, like, a message is not going to help you lose weight. Like, that's what people don't understand. And I've gotten so much of those messages. I'm like, bruh, how many times y'all gonna ask me this question? How do I heal from that? How do I do that? I'm like, bruh, show up. Get the coaching, right? And then here's the thing, the people who do show up. Here's another thing I got, and it's an issue. People who show up, don't take heed to the advice. What's the point of showing up if you're not gonna implement this? And let me tell you this, to those who show up and pay. So you mean to tell me you invested in this, but that's why now I make sure people are paying for stuff, because now I gotta remember that you have some investment into it too. Now you got your money in the back of your attendance. So are you gonna apply it, or are you just gonna hear it? Okay, so we got a certain group of people who don't take the next step. Then we got another group of people who take the first step but don't implement the steps. I want you to be part of the group of people in this next season, especially like every day I'm waking up with ideas and things to help. Who says I'm going to apply? I'm not here to be soothed. I'm here to get better. I want to get better. I want to make sure I look at the end of this year. I've lost weight. When I take my blood tests improve. I want to look at the end of this year, my finances improve. I want to look at the end of this year that my relationship with God is better. I want to look at the end of this year that things got better. This is not a place to cope. This is a place to grow. So we can keep growing when we implement those things. When we start to say, every day I'm going to implement these things. I'm going to take heed. I'm not just listening. Oh man, I hear this guy every day. It, if you've been hearing me every day and you can't hear me no more, just shut off the thing. It's not working. It's not working. Don't listen to me no more. Just shut it off. Hang out. Leave the tribe. You guys hear? This is hard. Just say, I'm done with the holistic motivator. He's not helping me grow. It's not good for my life. You guys hear what I'm saying? I can become a crutch to you. You guys hearing the word or not? I can become a crutch if you're like every day I'm tapping in, but I'm not really getting anything. I'm not growing. You need to stop listening. You get what I'm saying? Because it became a crutch. But if you say I want to implement stuff, I want to get better, I want to actually take heed to these things, you'd be surprised how much time will go by and you invested in the time, but you didn't get your investment back. How? Because you didn't implement what you got while you got it. So sometimes I see people every day and I'm like, bro, did you really grow from every single thing that I taught in this season like this? There will never be another 2024 again. It's just the only time we have it. Like, and just know that you probably won't always be getting the teaching from me. It's cool. There are seasons in this life, but make this season one of implemented. The next 3 months, I want to say to everybody, the next 3 months, I've been strategically thinking about how do I help people go from point A to point B in their health? And I've been like, okay, these are some things I can help them implement. How do I help people go from point A to point B and I'm like, these are some things I can help them implement. These are some things I can help them implement. I'm going to be helping you, but you got to help yourself. So now if you just want to hear me every morning, you want to feel good and go about it, just hang it up now, okay? But if you want to say, I want to grow, if you want to say, I want to get off these medications, if you want to say, I want to extend my life, I want to live longer, if you want to say, I want to lose weight, if you want to say, I got something in me and I want to pull it out and I want to bring it to the marketplace, I want to be about my Father's business. If you want growth and result, this is the place to say and grow in. And if you want anything else, it's not going to serve you. So I want to remind you, if you're here to grow with me, we're here to grow. If not, don't let me be a crutch to your life. If you've never gotten a chance to be in the room, you're also missing out on great opportunities. Some of you, you're gonna look back a year from now, or 2 years from now, and you're gonna be like, man, I wish I would have tried that guy's program that I always watch his videos, but I never took the leap of faith. You know, people pay for Netflix every day. They pay for Netflix, they pay for this. The moment you mention pay for a coach, here's the thing. You probably need to cancel your subscription and pay for the program. But you're willing to pay for something that does not improve your life rather than something that will. You get what I'm saying? And then like 5 years from now, you're gonna be like, I wish I would have got the coaching from the Holistic Motivator. And I'd be like, well, I'm sorry, right now I can't coach you because I'm too busy. Man, I wish I would have I wish I would have joined that community and actually followed through and learned how to fast then when it was there. You get what I'm saying? And you're like, man, now I'm on these medications. Let's look at your life a couple years ahead. You're like, man, I wish I would have changed my habits 5 years ago. Man, I wish I would have got started on that thing that I had in my mind as we talked about it. We know when we get into, there will be a season we're going to talk about branding and building your brand. I wish I would have implemented that when I heard it. I wish I would have started that Facebook profile. I remember when I was talking about, let's everybody start a Facebook fan page, and I was teaching, and I saw the interest or not the interest, and I just like, okay, I'm not throwing my pearls on swine. And I remember Ms. Lola just like, man, I want to get that thing going. I remember Yolanda said, I want to get that thing going. And now their Facebook, they posting every day. They doing their thing. How many people here, God got something in you? You heard that assignment, you heard that program, you heard that idea, but you just sat on it. Now 6 months later, you could have gotten started and keep growing. That thing didn't get started. How many of y'all, you've heard some things that stuck with your spirit, but you didn't implement it? You didn't implement it. And then now you've delayed something that could have been implemented today. Okay? So I want to take you guys, just take heed to everything I'm sharing with you guys in the next season, and implement as much of them. Like I said, take advice, but not orders. Find out if it's right for you in this season that you're in your life. Okay, because everybody has a season that they're in life. But you also want to know whether or not you're just giving yourself an out. Some of you are gonna say, well, it's not the right season for that, but it is. You just lying. What you're doing is you're lying so you don't have to do it. You'll be like, yeah, it's not the right season to eat healthy. Yeah, make it make sense. It's not the right season to eat healthy. When is the right season to eat healthy? Every season. It's not the right season to do it. So take advice, but not orders. But make sure that if your life is out of order and there's an advice that can put it in order, to take that advice. So that's where we're gonna leave today's holistic development portion, and we're gonna do some movement with everybody. Yeah, whoever can move. I haven't done Qigong all week, and I don't care who's doing it or not doing it. Just know that we live today, so we're doing it for the internet. Whoever's watching now or later. If you could join me in doing Qigong, join me. If not, it's okay. If you want a different view while doing Qigong, go on my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm live on there too. So we're gonna start with some Qigong today. Good to see everybody. Once again, you're only watching live because I'm of the tribe and the support of the community. On Monday and Friday is opened up for you. So once again, if you want to join and get part of the community and get a coach to help support you, go to holisticlifestyletribe.com. Okay, that's how you're gonna get access to it. So with that being said, we're gonna start with the Qi dance, and we're gonna go with that. So if you ready to do Qigong, comment I'm ready in the chat. Let me see who's. If you're ready to do some Qigong, comment I'm ready in the chat.
Show me what you're working with. Now from the sky, side to side.
All right, let's get it.
Qigong. Heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney,
Kidney,
heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, kidney. Shake your hands, move your chi. Shake your hands. Show me what you're working with. Shake your hands, move your chi. Shake your hands. Show me what you're working with. Now drum the sky, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum the sky, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum the earth, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum the earth, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now shake them to the side, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now shake them to the side, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now shake them up, move your chi. Shake them up, show me what you're working with. Shake them up, move your chi. Shake them up, show me what you're working with. Now lean back. Now drum your lungs, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum your lungs, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now lean forward. Now drum your kidneys, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum your kidneys, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now thump your chest, side to stump. Qigong, side to side. Now thymus thump, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now sacral pump, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now sacral pump, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now right hand jing, left hand chi. Right hand shin, left hand chi. Right hand jing, left hand chi. Right hand shin, left hand chi. Jing, chi, shin, chi, jing, chi, shin, chi, jing, chi, shin, chi, jing. Heart
on the left, lung on the right.
Liver,
right liver,
spleen,
left spleen,
right kidney, left kidney, Jing,
chi,
heart,
lung,
liver, spleen, right
kidney, left kidney. What?
Jing,
chi,
heart,
lung,
liver, spleen, right kidney,
left
left
kidney.
kidney, Jing,
Chi,
heart,
lung,
heart,
lung,
liver, spleen, liver, spleen, liver, right kidney, left kidney, right kidney, left kidney, Jing,
chi,
Jing, heart, lung,
left,
lung,
right,
liver, spleen, liver, spleen, liver, right kidney, left kidney, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, heart, lung, lung, liver, spleen, liver, spleen, liver, right kidney, left kidney, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, heart, lung, liver, spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, heart, lung, liver, spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, heart, lung, liver, spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, kidney, Jing,
heart,
lung,
liver,
spleen,
kidney, chi, kidney, Jing. Heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, Jing. So now I just did the chi dance and it's fun, but it's not this silly dance that we do. It's actually, we're drumming our organs. And we're taking, you gotta remember 5 major organs. So this is health information sped up, put to music for your health. So when you slap your organs, you're not only sending chi to them, but you're helping with circulation. That's what this is doing, circulation. Okay? Sometimes when you even poke your liver, if it's hurting a lot, it tells you that your liver is hurting. You can feel if your liver hurting. By that I mean you can feel if your blood is toxic. And right now we have about a month left in the season where you should have been taking the most ultimate care of your liver. A lot of us think we have a weight loss problem, but we got a liver health issue because our blood is toxic. And a lot of that has to do with your anger issues. So your emotions affect your organs. Emotions affect organs. Your habits affect your organs. Now, if you only had the right emotions and took your habits of feeling and your habits of eating, your habits of being, will help your organs work. You take care of your 5 organs, those 5 organs will take care of you. Take your right hand, put it on the left side underneath the pec. This is your heart. I love my heart. Say that. I love my heart. I love my heart. Put your hand on your right hand side. That's your liver. I love my liver. I love my liver. Liver love. I love my liver. My liver works to clean my blood. Put your on the left. I love my spleen. I love my spleen. In the back, your kidneys. I love my kidneys. I love my kidneys. Okay. And somebody, so just put it right here and say, I love my lungs. 3 chambers of the lungs on the right, 2 on the left, but we're just gonna touch here at the center. Say, I love my lungs. 5 organs. We just got to focus on 5. Sadness depletes the heart. Anger depletes the liver. Worry depletes the spleen. Fear depletes the kidneys. Grief depletes the lungs. So emotional management is part of your health management. How many of you go throughout the entire day, you never even check on how you're feeling? In fact, that's like a curse word to some of you guys. You're like, man, don't ask me about how I feel. How many of y'all go through lifetimes with feelings that you never work upon, you never release? Anger, frustration, resentment, shame, blame, guilt. And you're storing all of those in your organs. And in order to try to help your body work, what you do is you feed it drugs. So you get drugs to undo what your emotions need to undo. Listen, you know, people who follow Western medicine to the teeth are more drugged up than the crackhead on the street. But you don't, this is so deep. People who don't have a holistic wellness plan and grab onto a sick plan, which is give me a solution to my problem, rather than being a solution, with your lifestyle should be the major solution to your problem, are on more drugs than people who are trying to hide from life. They might take 1, you take 5. So when the lungs are depleted by grief, to answer your question, lungs are depleted by grief. You can do more for your health dealing with your suppressed anger. And that's why, like, when somebody says, I need help healing from this, they don't understand. This is why I tell them to show up, because you're going to need some things. You're going to need to do some work in order to heal. It's not like, what do I just eat? When you eat healthy foods for your liver, right? Whatever foods that is for your liver, good. You detoxify your liver, you do a liver detox, you have your burdock, your dandelion, your kidneys and liver is working effectively. Awesome. Some of you might even milk thistle, you add that into your regimen, you drinking the herbs. But you got that suppressed anger towards your father or your mother. And you never release that. Somebody says, why do I need to fast? While you're fasting, but you're never dealing with the emotion. Do you think that that's your liver, your kidney stones, or are you scared about your entire life? Since 2020, you still got a mask on. And you're like, my liver's not doing what it needs to be doing. I wonder why. Because you have a fear. So guess what? The word is as practical as it is. When we say the Lord has not given you the spirit of fear, when we have faith, that's actively helping you heal. So that's why I don't like to give people, oh, what's the herb for this? What's the herb for that? What do I do for this? No, what's the lifestyle to the solution of your health issue? Are you picking up what I'm dropping down? Because that's Western medicine. Western medicine is, what do I need to take, Ed, for that? I'll be like, no. Who do you need to be? And being comes on learning and growing. That's why I teach people in a walk with me format, not in a take this and come back to me format. No, live like this and become, and you're gonna find out. You have to become a type of person. It's not what you get that's gonna help you heal, but it's who you become and the lifestyle you adopt that will be healing continuously. Healing is not healed. Healing has an ing at the end because it's ongoing. Somebody says, I've healed from abandonment. Yes, you sure you've healed from abandonment? Wait till somebody strikes that wound. You'll find out real quick that you have triggers. So healing has to be a standard that you're able to, an identity that you're able to go back to and remember who you are, Simba. You get what I'm saying? Wounds are laying dormant in places you don't even know. And in order for you to be healing, you got to have a restorative power from within that keeps naturally healing your wounds. That's what causes wounds to heal in the physical body, is the healing activity of the cells that's regenerating to heal the wound. Likewise, you don't need to put a band-aid on your health. You need to have the restorative factor of cellular repair. That's what you do with your lifestyle. You could put a band-aid today, put the band-aid on it. That's not what's healing it. But here's what band-aids do for you while you're in your healing journey. Band-aids cover up the wound from toxins so that the body can do what it do. That's what band-aids do. Band-aids stop the toxins from coming in. But the healing comes from your body. You hear what I'm saying? So let's say a few words. You know, I'm just feeling the message today. That's what I want you to say. Look, I'm not gonna put a band-aid on my emotions anymore. I'm going to get into the truth of my emotion. I'm going to feel what I've been hiding from. Here's a band-aid on the emotion. You know how sometimes you put a smile on your face, but in your heart you have a deep sadness? I'm not telling you to walk around with sadness on your face. All right, Les Brown says, if you're an adult, you're at least responsible for your face. Okay? Don't walk around being like a sad puppy all the time. That's what Les Brown says. If you're an adult, you're responsible for your face. Well, what I'm saying is, you need to feel. You need to spend time feeling so you can heal. Most people run away from feeling because most people need to feel more. You guys hear what I'm saying? And we're going to keep moving forward. I want to encourage you guys. This is going to be a walk, a process. This is why I really want to help people get to the healing. But bruh, I'm telling you, those little clips you're watching online, it's not going to work. Like, you need some education on the daily. You need some education. You need the implementation of the strategies. And you need to do some fast, a couple of fasts. It takes some time. Fasting is healing to the soul. Like Shankarpura is something that's used for kidney stones. They actually fade there. Do I actually have some of the leaves here? But it's Shankarpura. Shankarpura. I saw this video where they cut the bottom of a plantain after they harvested it. They stirred it up and let it sit and let fertilized, and they drank that for kidney stones. There are herbal remedies for the things that we deal with physically. But there are emotional reasons for these things. And each organ is affecting another. When one is affected, the other overworks. And then how you feel affects then the habits that you have. So you might be dealing with something in the kidneys, but then it's because of something in the... So we got to understand that our bodies is an ecosystem. We got to treat it like one. So let's put your hand on your liver. Say, I owe my liver health because it keeps my entire body healthy. Listen, anger is so toxic to your entire body. That's why it says you will not be hurt for your anger, you will be hurt by your anger. Some people you really have to let go. Somebody says, I don't want to forgive them. They did so much. Don't forgive them for you, okay? Forgive them for your liver. You hear what I'm saying? Forgive them for your liver. Somebody says, I'm so scared about I don't know if I can handle all of this. Give it to God. Listen, we serve a great God. Why? We serve a great God. So we can trust him. Those who put their trust in the Lord will renew their strength. You're like, I don't know why I feel so weak all of the times. Because your kidneys are weak. That's why you feel weak. Your kidneys is a major organ. I don't know why I feel weak. You got to put your trust in God. You got to stop saying the words anymore. You really start living them. Man, really, I trust God so much that I'm not even worried. Cast your anxieties. The scripture is a word for health. People think it's like, man, scripture is religious. No, scripture is the ultimate holistic blueprint, because your worry is literally affecting the second filtration of your blood. So we got anger. I'm mad at the world, mad at my family, mad at myself. Then now we got worry. I'm worried about my life, worried about my future, worried about my kids. So now you're toxic here, then you're toxic here, and it's like, where's gonna clean me up? Then all of that is going through your arteries, supposed to be feeding the different parts, and it's like, man, I'm toxic. Then at night, to soothe your dissatisfaction, a couple shots at night, your kidneys like, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. And you not drinking enough water, and you're not getting enough sleep. You see the combination of habits? The lack of hurt habits. Not enough water, not enough sleep, constant worry, constant fear, constant anger, suppressed emotions, the heart needing love, heartbreak, divorce accumulated. Listen, we're gonna start dealing with our emotions by living. Listen, I'm going to deal with the regrets in my life by living a life that I always wanted. I'm gonna start dealing with the things that I feel like I failed at by being a massive success. Let's respond to life differently. We're gonna live life a little bit differently. My goodness, those chickens are going in. Identity restoration. Another form of healing. Identity restoration. Some of us are sick because of identity crisis. Other people's words have affected your life to the point where you're not remembering that your cells literally, look, your very DNA is an internal representation of the universe. It's like the way that your cells is set up is almost like the same way that the entire constellation and planets are set up. It's like God put the entire world in you. He called your inner world. And you concerned about what somebody outside of you got to say about what God did up in there? You care more about them than what God literally put in you, created you in his own image. Not only did he create you in the image of the creator, he created you in the image of the creation. I mean, that's the most, and he created you to work with it. And he created the creation to look like what you need help with. You look at the beats and you're like, man, my heart and blood needs cleansing. It looks just like the artery of the heart. Literally, not only did God create you in his image, he created things to mirror what he put in you. He put the inner world, and he created things in the outer world to look like your inner world so you could know how to heal your inner world. That's how amazing God is. And you concerned about what somebody got to say about your value? You are making yourself sick because you're sick of people? I'm telling you, if you're going to heal, you got to stop being sick of people, and you got to realize that God is good. Focus on him. If you keep your eyes on God, you're going to start to look like him, walk like him, talk like him, be less stressed, less worried. You're going to find the solution. When we go to the hospital, they treat you like a sick person. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and to a restoration point where speaking things as if they were. Jesus treats you like a healed person. That's why you get healed. There's a difference. There's a difference between a sick person and a speaking as if it were. It's almost like Jesus looks at the blind and says, wash your face. Looks at the dead and says, you're just sleeping. Looks at the brokenhearted and it says, let you be whole now. That's how you got to start looking at yourself in the mirror. And watch, that's going to change your entire cellular blueprint. Just looking at yourself differently. Identity. Most of us have an identity crisis because we're looking at the wrong mirror. We're looking at the mirror of the knowledge of man. You got a few days to live. You got 1 month to live. You got 2 years to live. Look at God, and what are you going to say? He's going to say, listen, I know your days and steps are ordered by the Lord. It says, I know how much days you got under the sun. Different look, identity, restoration. I'm telling you. Somebody look at you and say, you ain't good enough. What was that?
You're frozen.
I'm frozen.
Oh, now you're not. You're good now.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Identity restoration says, the world looks at you and says, you ain't worthy. That's not true. All of these things are affecting you at a cellular level. Heartbreak is more detrimental to people than drugs when you let them be a mirror of you more than God being a mirror of you. You got to the point where you're so whole that you can't be broken by unhealed people. Listen, you got to be a point where you're so whole that though it will hurt for a few weeks, you will come back to yourself eventually. Though you will miss them for a few weeks, a few months, and though sometimes it may come up, but you so whole, but you got to be so whole that you're like, man, I'm not made in their image. Yo, I'm not made in their image. I'm made in whose image? The Most High God. I don't need to look at them to see me. I look at God to see me. Heartbreak is affecting so many people because we don't understand that being whole means that you can attract the whole person. And you don't have to be broken by a broken person. You just have to remain whole till you find your other whole. You don't find your other half. You hear what I just said? You don't find your other half. You find another whole. Come closer. I don't know, man. I got this word today. You don't find your other half. Somebody says, I'm looking for my other half. No. That's the problem. That's why you're being cut in half when they're not there. You gotta find another whole. Once you find another whole, if they leave and you leave, you both still whole. And so something about wholeness coming together that they stay together and become one. That's what wholeness one. It's 1 times 1. 1 times 1 equals 1. Not 0.5 plus 0.5 equals 1. Oh. 1 times 1 equals 1. What is 1 divided by 1? 1. Multiplication, not division. Multiplication of wholeness, even by division, keeps wholeness alive. Addition and subtraction creates division. And once you are taken away, they stay in you so much that you start to lose you. And we call that soul ties. What we got to realize is your soul is tied to the Most High God first before anyone else can impact that. And we got to really see the practicality of our relationship with God when it comes with our health. That's how come a lot of us, we stay sick, because we don't see the practicality in having a relationship with the Most High. He's supposed to keep you so whole that you can lose everything and keep your mind. That's the practicality of it. There's a practicality. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there, and we're still gonna do more qigong. I'm feeling good today. So let's get to more qigong. Was that a word? Y'all got a good word from that. Heartbreak. Some of you, your heart has been hurt for years, and that's something that you need to start healing from. It's gonna help your health so much. I'm telling you, it's gonna take your heart and your health to a whole nother level. The doctor don't know what to do because he doesn't know your heartbreak. That's why he can't help you. And you're like, man, they can give me drugs. The drug's not working. Yes, that's why it's not working. Okay, so we're gonna do some more movement. Although I really want to do some more breathing. Okay, we'll get to that too. So I know we didn't really. Hey, it went well. So you're gonna start in the center. I didn't really have this message today, so I had to stop and give it to you. You're gonna come up, breathing in, turn at the waist. Breathe out, going down. Once again, this is Rise and Prime. This is just the free Rise and Prime. The transformation happens when you let me be your holistic wellness coach. Okay, you can be part of the program by going to holisticlifestyletribe.com. Okay, signing up for the founding membership. Next month, I'm hosting a class called How to Live a Holistic Lifestyle, in which I'm just going to share some strategies to implement and start living holistically, which will get you on the walk to wellness. So here you're going to breathe in, touch at the top, turn at the waist, breathe out, touch at the bottom. Turn at the waist, breathe in, touch at the top, turn, breathe out, touch at the Stop at the bottom and reverse. Breathe in, touch the top, turn, breathe out, touch the Okay, so now we're gonna do what's called the chi cups. You want to pretend like you're holding a cup of tea. You're gonna serve the tea out, bring it to the side, lean, go over the head, bring it forward, bring it to the side, bring it in. Serve the tea, bring the tea to the side, lean, go over the head, bring it forward, bring it to the side, bring it in. Serve the tea. Bring the tea to the side, lean, go over the head, bring it to the side, bring it in. So that just releases some tension, helps recover the whole back. Qigong is not only medicinal, but it's emotionally release. It helps release emotional stagnation. We're gonna do just some breathing, and then we're gonna leave it till 9. By 9, I'm out of here, okay? But we're gonna do these healing breaths for your organs. Since we talked about the 5 major organs today, and we kind of really went in and talked about emotions and how those are affecting your health, and how your lifestyle, your mindset, your paradigm, the word, how all of those is part of your healing journey. So I'm gonna show you some breathing exercises to help you with your organs. So we're gonna touch, poke, and we're gonna breathe out, and we're gonna make a sound, okay? Because there are sounds associated with the organs. Okay, there are sounds, and the right side is the liver, okay? And the sound for it is shh. So remember, the liver is affected by anger, right? So we're gonna breathe in, then breathing out, you're gonna make the sound shh. Okay? So I want you to visualize that instead of being mad, you're being really compassionate to yourself and others. Okay? So you can say, I am compassionate to myself, to others, and I give people a space to grow. Okay, so let's say that. Breathing in, breathing out, or think that. I am compassionate to myself and others. I give myself and people space to grow. Breathe in. I am compassionate to myself and others. I give myself and others a space to grow. Breathe in. Keep doing that. Let me see. I was just trying to get some music. Breathe in. I am compassionate to myself and others. I give myself and others space to grow. And as you do that, the more you do it, you'll feel more and more relaxed. It's almost immediate feeling of release in the liver. Because guess what? Your issues are stuck in your tissues. So we're gonna breathe the issues out of our tissues. So breathing in. So touch your liver. I'm gonna say a prayer for your liver. Okay? I feel that. You good with that? We're doing a little differently, right? I'm gonna say a prayer for your liver. So touch your liver right now. Touch it. Put it on your hand. And believe in the words of the prayer just as it's already done. Okay? Believe, concur, agree with the prayer for your liver and your soul and your spirit. Okay? So let me pray for your liver. Father God, I know that you are a healer, the greatest healer of all. And we have depended on systems in the past. We've depended on people in the past. And we've been let down plenty of times. I'm here on behalf of anybody in agreement to this prayer to pray for our liver. I ask that any stagnation of anger that has been keeping toxicity circulating in our souls, our mind, our will, and our emotions that is affecting the health of our body will dissipate from us right now. I pray that you will start to heal our hearts, that we will let unforgiveness, resentment flee, so that we may be freed from being hurt by our anger. Father God, I declare and decree freedom from the spirit of anger that is breaking up our families, that is breaking up our relationship. I ask that today, as that our liver will effectively cleanse our blood, that any stagnation that's leading to inflammation, any toxicity that's causing sludge and artery blockages will be freed by your Holy Spirit, Father God. I know that you can lay hands in the spirit without laying hands in the flesh. I ask that your hands may touch anybody's liver that is watching and in agreement with this prayer right now. That some people who have been dealing with chronic diseases, heart issues, high blood pressure, diabetes, liver and kidney stones, that you will touch your hand on them right now, that in the spirit, some things will be lifted off their spirit, that you will start the initiation process of forgiveness, of transforming their anger from anger to compassion. I pray that suppressed anger from our childhood would flee from our liver in Jesus' name. I pray that suppressed anger from our childhood would flee from our liver in Jesus' name. I pray that suppressed anger from our childhood will leave from our liver in Jesus' name. We pray. Amen. Okay. So now, you probably never prayed for your organs. Okay. But that's something you could do. Pray for your organs. Pray on them. All right. Once you know exactly what you need help with, you can legit pray for what you need help with directly, specific. Okay, you can pray for your spleen. We're not going to do that today because we kind of ran out of time. Okay, but you could pray for your organs. You could put your hands on them and believe. You need to know where. Don't have it so random. You need to know if it's your heart that needs. I'm talking about heart being the physical one, not the subconscious mind. You need to know if it's your kidneys. Lord, I know the spirit of fear has been taking me by rampage. Help me have more faith in you, that I may not be worried about what will come tomorrow. Help me cast my anxieties unto you. Lord, I know my spleen is being depleted by worry. All right, so we're changing our prayers to even say where they're at, because we're very consciously aware. You hear what I'm saying? So we're gonna leave it here for today. There are more breathing exercises. I didn't even get past the liver, but I said we're gonna end it at 9. I know some of you are enjoying this. This is why I want to encourage you guys to join the community that I have. I'm gonna be teaching and having all these things organized for you. 2 ways you can join. You could join the ministry aspect. All right, we have the ministry aspect, and we also have the coaching aspect. Okay, so ministry is free, coaching is paid. This is one of the premier holistic wellness programs that is based on Christ, all right? So if you want to find a way to heal, to help you learn how to live healthy, go to holisticlifestyletribe.com, and once you sign up, you get to be part of the next program, which is called How to Live the Holistic Lifestyle, starting in June. Okay, so those of you who really need some assistance and getting your health together, take heed to the advice, join this community, and it's gonna help you a whole lot, okay? It will get you started in a real easy way. So shout out to everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's Rise in Prime. Once again, every Monday and Friday, you can tap into this. I even dropped a link for those who are in the WhatsApp group, those who join the ministry portion, those who are in the Facebook group, so you can be in the room, okay? Most of you, I get to talk to you, but you don't get to talk to me. Most of you probably never get to talk to me because you're too scared. So, but let's become like family and talk to one another. That's why we have meetings in rooms. So you join the room, just get in there. You probably will benefit. I promise you will benefit from it. But you just got to take action. A lot of people, I don't know, maybe you're scared. Maybe you're skeptical. I mean, I promise you, you probably can see my spirit through the screen. So I'm the same guy now and the same guy in the room. I'm the same guy in person, right? That's what integrity is, right? Same guy everywhere. So you want to meet me and you want to talk to me, you want to ask me questions, you want to relate with others, you want to hear their testimonies and talk to one another, holisticlifestyletribe.com. This is one way, but this is not gonna, it's not consistent enough. It's not structured enough for you to get the walk that it takes for the healing, especially those who have chronic diseases. Like, you need to do something. I'm telling you, invest in yourself. I know you probably go to the doctor and do this and do that, but you need coaching. You know, most of us, we don't have coaching, we don't have assistance. We try to do it by ourselves. You try to piece things together with a few videos from the internet. But once you get somebody to help you walk, and then that will introduce you, and then you could then add more. This is done by you, actually. But what coaching does is it allows you to have a structure. It allows you to get some information. It allows you to have some support. So this is why I created the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. It's to create a way for people to get healthy with a community of like-minded people. Okay, and most of the holistic lifestyle coaching programs don't include God in it. So I found out, if God and Jesus is the ultimate healer, why would we do any healing without putting Christ first? So that's what separates this community from the rest. Yes, we talk about detoxing, fasting, eating healthy, holistic living, mental health, movement, emotions, but we keep the word as the pillar, as the rock that this space is founded upon. So if you want that, if you want a way to grow and heal and get a community of people to support you, go to holisticlifestyletribe.com and sign up. And there are no excuses to being in the community, because there is the ministry membership for free, and there is the coaching ministry, which is for a fee. If you really need help, you might want to pay. Right? If you just want to at least get around, then you could do the former. But anyways, hope you guys have a blessed and beautiful rest of your week, and enjoy the last day tomorrow of the week and the first day after. Happy Memorial Day, all that good stuff. And may the Spirit of the Lord guide you towards wherever will help you heal. If not this space, wherever that is and whoever that will be to assist you. But by all means, when you need help, ask for it. Don't suffer in silence, but find a community, find people, find your tribe. A lot of, especially all my fellas, you know, the people I have that I'm worried about the most is the guys. Cause I know some of y'all watching me right now, but you do not like to ask for help, but you suffering. Prostate cancer in the black community is going rampant. High blood pressure, diabetes. Like, you might be looking good on the external, but dying on the inside. I'm telling you, you might be looking good physically, but you're on the inside, you're going through it. And guys, you don't ask for help, right? If you don't ask for help from the fellas, now who you gonna ask for help from? If you can't take a leap on a faith on yourself with somebody who you like, man, I really rock with his messages or whatever, it really helps me sometimes, then who are you gonna find help with? You know what I'm saying? So don't let the ego go, let the I don't know go, and get in spaces you can heal, because guys are suffering in silence and you need support. Okay, so don't suffer in silence, make the changes that's necessary, and that's what this space is all about. So with that being said, hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you Monday for those of you who watch live, and I'll see you Monday for those of you who join the room. But by all means, I hope to see you soon. And I think I saw somebody, Favor, shout out to you, who joined the ministry. I hope to see you guys soon. Once you join, make sure you get the Mighty Networks app, Because if you don't get the Mighty Networks app, then you won't be able to have access to all the stuff that I put out. Okay, so looking forward to seeing you guys, and y'all have a good rest of your day. Peace.